Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Evolving Consciousness. Success is a word which everybody wants to embody. Everyone in this world wants to be a success. But how many of us deeply want to understand what is needed to become a success? Hello, everyone, I welcome you to Evolving Consciousness, wherein we discuss topics on personal development, evolving your own consciousness so that you master yourself, so that you are able to upgrade your mindset and you so that you can live a fulfilling and a productive life. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 3 steps to become successful. Now, success may be different to different person. The meaning of success might be different to different people. But whatever definition of success you conform to, a definition which encompasses everyone's perspective of success is a happy, peaceful, joyous, vibrant life is what constitutes a successful life, right? So when we talk about success in general, right, so there are 3 steps which we need to focus on. Now these 3 steps are the primary steps. They are the building blocks of all success, all the reasons why a person can become successful. But these constitute the basic building blocks. Number 1, find out what you love to do. In other words, discover your passion. It is said that great leaders are not leaders because of their position, but great leaders become great because of the passion. Now, there is a subtle element which I would like to touch upon here. Most of us confuse hobbies with passion. And hobby is something which you like to engage in when you feel like engaging. But passion is something which you would like to engage in even when you are not feeling like doing it. That is passion. Passion is something which gives you a certain sense of fulfillment, a certain rush of energy in your consciousness. That is passion. And when you continuously pursue your passion, when you continuously hone your skills which will help you to cultivate this passion in a much profound manner, you will be taking the very first step towards becoming success, towards the definition of what it means to be a successful person. Now, there can be a practical dilemma here, right? Not everyone is as lucky to follow his passion for a living. This is an absolutely realistic issue. So what do those folks do? Now, if you talk about being extremely practical, one aspect is to not completely disregard your profession, but also to parallelly hone your passion. Because let's remember what Mahatma Gandhi said. He said that our life is one indivisible whole, meaning every aspect of our life has an effect on every other dimension of life. Though they might not be related, though they might not look like they are related from a superficial standpoint, but they are related in some way or the other. And you will obviously see that once you persistently pursue your passion, you will see the effects, see the ripple effects of that phenomenon in your other dimensions as well. Your work productivity might improve as well. And also, we can also approach, the way we approach our work, the mindset through which we approach our work also needs to be changed. We are providing work for the value which we need to provide. Why can't we think of the elements in our work which we can genuinely be grateful for? The fact that you're working, your work is just not a work, right? You're being paid for it. Because of that salary, because of that income which you are generated, you are able to fill your own tummy as well as the tummy of your family members. Isn't it a huge thing? So, why can't we change the approach? Why can't we change the mindset through which we view work? Either pursue what you love to do or love what you're already doing. Either options are available at our disposal. Now, the funny thing is about life in general, right? That we all have, human beings have a limited willpower from a neurological standpoint. We cannot exert our willpower beyond a certain cognitive bandwidth. This is backed by neurological researches. And this is why passion is such a crucial and an indispensable requirement for a person to become a success. Because when you are passionate, you don't need willpower, you don't need even discipline, you automatically jump in to do what you're passionate about. Willpower and discipline are only needed when you need to pursue something which you're not interested in. And people who have become legends, the distinguishing quality which each of them had, was their perseverance. And perseverance can only happen unless you are pursuing something for a very long time with the same level of consistency and intensity. Only then greatness will be born. Only then mastery will be achieved in that craft. So when you are pursuing something you're passionate about, half the battle is already won, because you don't have to utilize your willpower or flex those muscles of discipline. Because you don't have to be disciplined and you don't have to use willpower to do something for which you're passionate about. Now, they can happen, it can so happen that you are engaged in an activity which is not something which you're passionate about. In such a situation, what one can do is he can in parallel pursue his passion, but then also he can change the consciousness through which he is operating in his current work. Because if you are completely disinterested, if you are completely frustrated in the work which you are doing, this will also have a ripple effect in the passion you are pursuing. So constantly change, constantly question the belief system, the consciousness through which you are approaching a certain dimension of your life. So it's very important to unravel, to discover one's passion. Because let's remember that beautiful quote which says, talent unexpressed turns into pain. So if you are not pursuing your passion, probably you are going to have a painful life, even though superficially you might not realize now. Because every person wants to do things which they are passionate about. And as I said, there is a distinction between a hobby and a passion. And hobby is something which you would like to engage in when you feel like engaging. But a passion is something which is almost like breath, right? You cannot be without it. If you have something which is of that nature in your life, congratulations, you are someone who has discovered your passion. And if you are someone who hasn't yet discovered your passion, the best way to discover your passion is to spend time in solace with your own self. Because there is nobody in this world who knows you better than you. Hence, we need to completely cut off the distractions from this world, cut off the conditioning of the environment, and constantly ask ourselves this question, because our conscious and subconscious are phenomenal faculties which will help us, which will assist us in answering our questions, right? Try to put in questions to your conscious and your subconscious mind, and the answers will be provided by them. Such is the phenomenal power of our conscious and subconscious faculties. But we are even not aware of these faculties. Coming to step number 2 in the 3 steps towards success. Whatever field you are in, or whatever field you want to achieve mastery in, become the most knowledgeable person in that field. Constantly engage in expanding the horizons of knowledge of that field. Become the most learned person in that field. What is happening in this process is that when you constantly engage in content which will take your life to the next level, take your life to the next horizon, you will become the person who knows the most. And if you study legends, right, if you look at the masters, all of them had one thing in common. They had this burning desire to accumulate as much knowledge as possible in their niche. Now, this hunger, this desire to accumulate knowledge made them so much aware of the nuances of their profession, also helped them improve themselves. Because growth is the only evidence of life, and unless you're not growing in your dimension, you are not pursuing mastery. In fact, you're moving backwards. Hence, it seems a very simple aspect, right? That know more about your field, but it is not a simple fact. As I always keep saying, common sense is not so common these days. We feel that work is just a work to accomplish, but no, work is an opportunity for each of us to express our hidden talents, for each of us to realize our full human potential. So it is uber important to accumulate, to constantly fill your mind with knowledge about the aspects of your field of work. If you are a psychiatrist, update yourself with the world's best researchers. If you are an engineer, see in your particular niche of study what are the things that you can build your knowledge on. Constantly seek knowledge in the particular niche in which you choose, in which you desire to build mastery. And coming to the point number 3, which is probably the most important point, and oftentimes people ignore this point. For being a true success, to truly become a person of immense value and stature, one needs to ask themselves, is my body of work only exclusively contributing to the benefit of me alone, or does it have a larger narrative, or does it have a larger landscape of service? Because if you are only going to be self-obsessed, if you are only going to approach life and work through a standpoint of success only for yourself with the exclusion of everyone else, that will not lead you to true success. Because part of being truly successful is also to feel deeply fulfilled. And sooner or later, even though if you are approaching life through a mindset of self-obsessions, selfish goals, you will reach a plateau in life where you don't feel fulfilled. And a person who is not fulfilled, he can be called the most successful failure. Hence, it is important that we complete the circuit of life. Because if we don't complete the circuit of life, our life will tend to short circuit. Hence, it is important that in the process of reaching mastery, in the process of endeavoring for those lofty goals, those material ambitions, we also ask ourselves this question, that in the pursuit of chasing these lofty ambitions and material goals, am I improving someone's life better? Am I adding value in the life of people around me through my services or through the body of work which I do? And once you complete that circuit of this giving and receiving, then you, my friend, will become a true success. Because if you look at the way these legends, right, the way they have become truly successful, they always had this intention deep within in their conscious mind that how can I add value to people around me? How can I make their life better? Or even to operate to this consciousness, you might be probably working in a place which is not having a mass impact. Even in that organization, how can you approach your work through this mindset or through this consciousness that the work which I am doing has an impact down the line? Because there is no work insignificant in this world. There are no extra people in this world. Hence, every work has tremendous value, and once you start to operate with this state of consciousness, once you start to give meaning to the work which you are doing, then life gives meaning to your own life, right? Life gives meaning to your life, and you become a person of true value and a person who can be called a true success. I hope these 3 essential steps resonated with you. Because if you go deep into the habits of people who have been deeply successful, you will find somewhere down the line, consciously or unconsciously, these people have been aligning themselves through these 3 steps. They are people who are extremely passionate about what they're doing. They are people who know a lot of things about their field of work. And 3, they are contributing to society. They are operating through that framework. What value am I bringing to the table? So these 3 are the indispensable steps for becoming a true success in today's modern day. Hope these lessons, hope these teachings resonated with you deeply. And you will find one very interesting aspect. Whatever successful teaching the world preaches you about, it can be somewhere linked to these 3 key elements which I discussed in this video. With that, we come to an end of this video. If you really enjoyed this type of content, do give me your valuable feedback, and in case you are you have some feedback so that I can recalibrate my content. I'm open to constructive feedback, and also don't forget to like and share the video with your 3 friends so that you spread this positivity, so that you spread the message. Because as they say, the more you spread your knowledge, the more that knowledge becomes a part of your own consciousness. Thank you, and meet you in the next video.